What's up, guys? Matt Modi here, and we got another Phillies game to dive into. The Phillies take on the Padres once again tonight, and I'm going to have 3 home run picks for you guys to lock in for this Phillies game. Of course, before we do that, we got to do a recap from yesterday, which was a really good day both for us and for the Phillies overall. Now, we'll start with the Phillies. They managed to shut out the Padres 4-0 on the backs of just a fantastic start from Zach Wheeler, who's just been awesome, who was awesome in the month of June. We also managed to get one of our home run predictions to come through as well. Thank you to Nick Castellanos for coming through with a home run. Pretty nice odds on Casty yesterday as well. Now, our other selection did not come through. Kyle Schwarber did not hit a home run, but the beauty of home runs is the odds are so high that if you take 2-3 guys, all you need is one to hit and you're making money. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. So as I mentioned for today, I got 3 more home run props for you guys to lock in for the Phillies game. The Phillies look to stay hot. They took 2 out of 3 against the Braves, and then they won last night against the Padres. For tonight, I'm going to have 2 players on the Phillies, and I'm actually going to have 1 Padre as well, which doesn't feel great, but we'll talk about it. We got Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Phillies. We got former Philly, old friend Nick Pivetta on the mound for the Padres. Now, before we get into our home run picks for today, just want to remind everybody to go to BetMGM, use promo code CROSSING to get started. You get your choice of one, or you get one of 2 promos depending on the state you're located in. But it's a great way to get in on the action on a BetMGM Sportsbook. Again, use promo code CROSSING. And then for this video, hit that like button, comment, let me know your thoughts. And then, of course, subscribing to the YouTube channel would help us out as well. Now, let's start with the player on the Padres. You got to go with the -1 first for those Phillies fans that are watching this. And we're going to go with Manny Machado to hit a home run. You can get him at plus 400 odds at BetMGM Sportsbook. Now, one thing before I go into the specifics of Manny that I just want to mention about this game in general, this obviously applies to all of the batters today. One of the best, if not the best, home run venue of the day, when you consider the Phillies home stadium is already a hitter's park, and then the weather is awesome for home runs tonight as well. Just got to hope that this game doesn't get rained out. Might have a delay depending on what happens with the storms and stuff in Philly. But this game has a 41% positive home run index. By far the best of the day. Now, 0% is across all stadiums in average weather. 41% above average for home runs tonight. That's amazing. Now, to get into the specifics of Manny, normally when I'm going with these home run picks and what I look for in general, not just with Phillies games, but just in general with home run stuff, I generally look for guys that are red hot at the plate. Ton of hard hit numbers, a lot of barrels over the last week, over the last 2 weeks, stuff like that. Now, that doesn't quite apply to Manny Machado. He's not ice cold. He has been hitting the baseball somewhat hard recently. He's just not completely annihilating the baseball like some other guys you might see around the league. The biggest thing for Manny, and the reason we are going with him tonight, is he is phenomenal against left-handed pitching. Now, Sanchez is obviously awesome. He's very, very good. The odds kind of do reflect this. Manny Machado is at plus 400, as I mentioned. He was just priced in the high 200s literally a week ago. So 400 for him is somewhat of a value. And you look at Manny Machado on the year, he leads the Padres in ISO rate against left-handed pitching. He leads the Padres in barrel rate against left-handed pitching, and that number has just gotten better recently. His barrel rate against lefties over the last 30 days, 17.2%, which is a really, really good number. Now, you look at Christopher Sanchez. No, he does not allow a lot of home runs. He's been very, very good on the year. He's allowed 7 home runs to righties on the year. It's a home run every 40 or so at-bats. Those are good numbers. Let me be very clear. Those are very good numbers. But the 2 pitches that he has allowed any semblance of power against are his sinker, which he throws the majority of the time, and his slider. Now, he doesn't throw his slider a ton, but it does get hit hard. Manny Machado's numbers against that pitch mix, the sinker and the slider, 11.54% barrel rate, which is a good number, 45% hard hit rate, which is okay, and a 27% fly ball rate, which is not amazing, but solid. So you put all that together with the weather, with the way that Manny hits lefties, I do think that it's a solid play at plus 400. That's our first one. Now we'll head over to the Phillies side of the baseball. We're going to go with right back to Nick Castellanos to hit a home run. He is offered at plus 475 odds at BetMGM Sportsbook. Now, yes, we did just get Castellanos last night. I see no reason why to not go right back to him today. As I mentioned, our old friend Nick Pivetta is pitching for the Padres, and Pivetta just gets tattooed, just crushed by right-handed hitters. It's interesting because Pivetta himself is a righty, and normally it's the opposite handedness, which is the better matchup. But righties just crush Pivetta on the entire year. He has allowed 9 home runs to right-handed hitters, only allowed 2 to lefties. And you look at his numbers across the board, it's not a luck thing. It's not a sample size thing. Righties just have much, much better numbers against Pivetta than left-handed hitters. You look at his last 5 starts specifically, Pivetta has allowed a home run every 12.4 at-bats to righties. Truly an awful number. Simply one of the worst in the MLB. Barrel rate, hard hit rate, fly ball rate, all those numbers are terrible against righties. And the thing with this matchup that I love, Pivetta loves to throw the four-seam fastball. He throws it about 50% of the time. It gets crushed, and Castellanos has hit four-seamers really well recently. Now, the key word on the emphasis of recently, among all of the right-handed bats on the Phillies, which, they don't have Schwarber or Bryce batting right-handed, admittedly, but Nick Castellanos leads the team. Again, this is among all right-handed hitters in all 3 categories of barrel rate, hard hit rate, and fly ball rate against four-seam fastballs from right-handed pitching. Now, that's a lot of qualifications. It's the last 30 days. It's only righties on the Phillies, and it's against four-seamers from righties. But still, the highest barrel rate, hard hit rate, and fly ball rate, 14.29% barrel rate is very good. 66% hard hit rate is very good. And a 44% fly ball rate is very good. Now, he does strike out a lot. That's Nick Castellanos. He's going to swing for the fences. So he's our second play, our first one on the Phillies. Again, plus 475. Next up, we're going to roll with Trea Turner to hit a home run. Best offered on BetMGM at plus 500 odds. Another really good number that I like for Trea at plus 500. He just hit 2 home runs back on Friday. Obviously, it's a great weather situation, as I already mentioned. And, you look at Trea, the beginning of the year, he really wasn't hitting for any power. Now, that seemed to be somewhat of a directive from Topper, who kind of talked about that. But the pop has come back a little bit for Trea. Now, he's not going to remind anybody of Aaron Judge or Shohei Ohtani, but he has been hitting for more power recently. He leads the Phillies in total hard hits over the last week. He's got 12 over the last 7 days. Is a very good number. And especially when you consider the fact that for 5 of these, 8 games now, the Phillies have just been unable to hit at all. Again, leads the team in total hard hits with 12 over the last week, and he's got 19 over the last 14 days. 19 hard hits over the last 14 days. Another very, very good number. Now, if you look at the last month, Castellanos has the best numbers against the four-seamer against righties, as I mentioned. You look at the entire year, that actually switches to Trea Turner. He leads the team in barrel rate against the four-seam fastball from a righty. I'd say it's over the last 3 months, so it's just taking out the last 2 weeks of March, but all of April, all of May, all of June, Turner leads the team in barrel rate against four-seamers from righties, and he's got a respectable hard hit rate of 50%. One thing that I do want to mention in favor of Trea Turner over Castellanos is Trea does not strike out nearly as much against the four-seamer as Casty does. Casty almost doubles him up in terms of strikeout rate against the four-seamer. So, Castellanos, let's say he has 4 at-bats. He strikes out 3 times, and then 1 time it's a barrel. That's going to show up in the stat book as a barrel rate of 100% because it only looks at batted balls. Now you look at Trea, he has 4 at-bats. He gets 2 barrels, and then let's say he just lines out without a barrel the other 2 at-bats. That's only a barrel rate of 50%. So it's going to look like Castellanos had a better barrel day if you just look at percentages. So that's one thing that I just want to note is that the percentage numbers for Casty should be better because he strikes out more. So the fact that Trea still leads the team in barrel rate with a lower strikeout rate than Casty and still with a respectable strikeout rate of 50% against the four-seamer, that's important. That does mean something. So I love this price at plus 500 for Trea Turner. Let's hope we can get one of these guys to hit a home run just to make some money. Let's hope we can get multiple guys to hit a home run to make a lot of money, but that's all we got. So Manny Machado at plus 400, Nick Castellanos at plus 475, and Trea Turner at plus 500, all at BetMGM. Go to BetMGM, use promo code CROSSING to sign up, to get started. I appreciate everybody for watching, and make sure to like the video, make sure to comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Bet responsibly, and have a good one. Must be 21 or older in participating states. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See terms and conditions in the description of the video.